Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be doing my June TBR. Today I'm going to be doing it a little bit different. Usually I just pick the books I want to read. But as you can see from down here, I've got a lot of backlog on my TBR because I keep picking out of a jar for my TikTok series. And so I never end up reading those. A fly just came in, how rude. So I thought a good way to combat that would be to just pick the books out of my TBR jar now. And my TBR jar is a cat mug. I have the name of all the books on my TBR in here, minus a few which I have for set videos, like select books. And usually I would pick between 15 and 20 books for my TBR. But because I want to film a lot of videos this month that require a set TBR, and I also have a lot of backlog that I would still like to read from March and April and May, I only want to pick, I think, maybe 7 or 8 from here, which will help me because I'll still be able to film my TikTok series, but I will also be able to read my actual TBR and make the videos I want to make. So this seems like the best way to go about this. Okay, so I guess we'll just start picking. There's a lot in here and I feel like I gotta get to the bottom. Okay. Is that one? Yeah, that's one. Okay. Oh, you can't even see that. Oh no! Can you see it? I don't think so. The picture of Dorian Gray. I don't want to read a picture of Dorian Gray. I have it. So I do want to read the picture of Dorian Gray. That's why I bought it. I am really interested in it, but my god, I already have so many classics that I haven't finished on my last few TBRs that to add another one. Typical, absolutely typical. So I'm not really sure what it's about. I know it's about a picture of Dorian Gray, and I think it's supposed to be spooky. It says the whole book seemed to him to contain the story of his own life written before he had lived it. See, that sounds quite interesting. He becomes drawn into a double life, indulging in every desire in a secret world of pleasure and excess. While remaining a gentleman in the eyes of polite society, only his portrait bears the traces of his decadence. That sounds really, really cool. I've heard a lot of good things about it and I can't believe I haven't actually read it yet, so I suppose I am happy that it's on here. Yeah, that is the first book on my TBR. I'm not really sure I like this jar anymore. I'm unhappy. Pick book number 2. Okay. Ah! The Witch's Heart, which actually went on my TBR last month and I didn't manage to make it, so that's really good. This is The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. This was on my TBR for May and I didn't get to it, shocker. It's a Loki and Loki's wife retelling where they're being hunted down by Odin. To me that sounds really, really interesting. I have this beautiful American edition. I do really, really want to read it. I'm not really sure why I didn't get to it this month. I really love mythology, but there's something about mythology that I always feel is like going to be hard work to read. Probably because it usually is. Like, it takes kind of a lot of brain power sometimes. But I don't think this one is going to, so I'm not really sure why I haven't taken the plunge yet. But I'm glad this is on here because I would have had to have read it anyway because I'm trying to read my backlist TBR. So this is really great. It doubles up. I'm pleased. Book number 3. Ooh, that one's come up on the side, so I feel like it really wants to. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. You cannot see these, but I'm trying to show you for proof. So yeah, this is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And this has taken book 2 kind of by storm. And it's not that I don't want to read it. Obviously I do. I bought it. I'm actually excited about it. But since buying it, I've now heard it's really sad. And I don't know how I feel about that. I believe it's about 2 people who meet in a hospital gaming room when they're both there visiting family members. And then it goes through all of their lives as they kind of game together. And I think it's a love story, but I don't want to be held to that if it's not. I also think I know it's now sad because everybody seems to cry at it, and I don't know how I feel about that. But it has been on my TBR now since December, so I am needing that push to pick it up, so I'm glad. But this is like one of those books that is daunting to me. Like, this is not one I don't want to read, but it is one that terrifies me a little bit and intimidates me. So I'm glad it was picked because I'm not really sure when I would have picked it up myself without that push, but I'm also absolutely terrified about it. Book 4. Oh, I've just thrown them everywhere. Why do I pull out so many? There we go, this one. Scandalized by Ivy Owens. This follows Georgia, who is, I think, a journalist, and she misses a flight one day, meets her brother's childhood best friend, has a sizzling night of passion, and then is like, how do I recognize, why do I know him more than just the fact he was a childhood best friend? And it's because he's now famous, like he's someone who's becoming famous. Or no, it says the older brother of a childhood friend, not her brother's best friend. Yeah, this sounds like it's just going to be a really easy, simple read. Like, I don't think this is going to take a lot of brain power. So this is nice because so far I've not had any of those. So I'm really glad that this is on there. And yeah, I have no feelings towards it. So I'm just happy right now. Book 5. Got 2. Okay. This one's kind of already undone. To Love Jason Thorne. So we have To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays. So again, this follows famous people. I'm not really a fan of famous people. Now I have 2 of them in 1 month. This follows Olive, who is trying to become a writer. And as a child, she fell in love with her brother's best friend. Please tell me I'm right with that one now. Brother's childhood friend, so maybe not best friend. And he broke her heart. Now fast forward many years and she's written a best-selling novel, and within discussions of talks to make it a movie, the brother's best friend, I'm assuming Jason Thorne, is now famous and is the male actor in the movie. So they are forced to be around each other and face the heartbreak she faced as a teenager. And I think it's fake dating, which I love. I do love fake dating. I've seen such mixed things about this, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about it. I'm not a fan of famous people, but I do like a fake dating plot, and I do like that kind of idea of childhood lovers, something happened, we don't know what happened. That sounds really, really interesting to me. So I am really excited about this one, and I know it's like a companion series, so if I like it, there's lots of other Ella Mays books to read, so that does intrigue me. And again, I think it'll be a nice easy read for the summer, sitting in the garden having a nice read. So I mean, I keep saying summer. Is June summer or is June still spring? I think it's still spring. Who knows? But the weather right now in the UK is like it's summer, so I'm fine with it. I think we'll go to 8. So this is book 6. Oh, is this one? Yeah. Okay. Oof. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm really excited about this one because I think it's small town romance and everybody is obsessed with it. But it's thick and I'm pretty sure it's kind of sad. I think it might be happy ending, but it's kind of sad throughout. I don't know. But that makes me nervous. It's a bit of a complex summary on this one. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think Knox lives in a small town. Is it Naomi that's a runaway bride? Yeah, and then Naomi is running away from her wedding. And her evil twin crashes Naomi's car and then leaves her with an 11-year-old niece and runs away. That, I don't know. I'm not really sure. This is a long... I just hit myself. This is a long synopsis. I'm not really sure what's going on in any of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, yeah, it would be sad if you have an abandoned niece. I don't like kids in my romances. I hate it, actually. But I think I could get away with this. But I think I could... There's a bird staring at me. Knox seems like a very grumpy man, so I'm wondering if this is going to be grumpy sunshine, which... doesn't bother me either way. It's not a particular fave of mine. But yeah, this sounds interesting. I do like small town romances. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. This seems to have kind of exploded everywhere, especially with the most recent sequel coming out. I think now the final sequel's come out, the end of the trilogy. Okay, book 7. Okay. Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Another one that was on my May TBR and I didn't get to. The thing is, this has now been on my TBR for a year because I finished the fine print and I went and bought this. But this is following the brother I didn't like. So I then put it off and then it became on my... Then it was one that was on my TBR for a year, so I didn't want to read it anymore. But now the third brother's book is out and I'm like, well, you need to read this. The thing is, the fine print was good, but the more I reflected on it upon finishing, I didn't love that book. And I have problems with it, and when other people talk about their problems with it, I can understand their feelings. I still liked it, but it was kind of very Grumpy Sunshine. I didn't like that part very much. So this one follows Declan and Iris, and I think they have to get married in order for Declan to fulfill his role to receive his inheritance, which sounds interesting. But I think they were childhood best friends and kind of fell apart, and now they're having to marry or fake marry. I'm not sure. I think it's like fake dating, but they actually do get married. It does sound quite interesting. I feel that this one is the best in the series, so that does fill me with joy. But again, it's an almost 500-page romance. I don't like long romances. I don't really see the point. So I can see why I've put myself off this one so much, but again, nobody says really bad things about this. Everyone seems to really enjoy it. I want to see what's going on in this book, considering it's been on my shelves for a year. Like, I bought it last May. That's ridiculous. So this is the final book, book 8. Please be a good one. There's quite a few there. I want this one. By Any Other Name. I think that's by Lauren Kate. So this is a very short, very easy romance that I think is set in New York City, which intrigues me deeply. And the synopsis sounds quite cool. We follow Lainey, who is a book editor, and her favourite author is Noah Calloway. And she's the best-selling author, and Lainey loves her writing. She writes the best romances. So when Lainey finds out that Noah is actually a male writer, it kind of takes her by surprise. Then she finds out that Noah has writer's block and Lainey has to help. And so in a bid to give Noah new ideas, they explore New York City together and explore all their favourite spots, trying to bring some inspiration around to bring forth a new romance novel. And maybe romance ensues. It just sounds like kind of an easy, simple plot. I'm not expecting 5-star vibes here. I'm expecting just a good time, nice exploration of New York City, a cute friendship. I don't know, it's just a super short one. How long is this? 270 pages. I think it's going to be good. And I'm glad to have one of these books on there. You know, a short romance. Again, a nice easy one to read outside in the sun. Yeah, I'm really happy that this one has been chosen. I don't think I've ever seen anyone read this on BookTube. I'm pretty sure it's not an unpopular one because it was in the works, and the works always do popular books. But I haven't seen anyone talk about it, and I kind of like that because it means that I'm not going to have any preconceived notions going in. I just think it's going to be fun. This is the TBR. Oh my god. It's ridiculous. Okay, so this is the TBR. Oh my god. That has been chosen for me by the Jar for June, plus the backlog over there. Oops. Excited to read these. I'm hopeful that they're going to give me some good vibes and that they're all going to be 5 stars. Thank you to the Jar for accompanying me on this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts and feelings are. I shall see you in the next video. Bye!